Hey everyone, Shane here, and today I would like to do a video that has absolutely no spiritually redeeming characteristics whatsoever. It's just going to be fun and completely frivolous. Um, and that is, I just kind of want to show off and play with all the fun, witchy things that I got for Yule and for Christmas this year. I got a lot of great stuff, and I do celebrate Christmas as like a secular holiday, not a religious one. But it's fun with family and kids, and Christmas carols and whatever. And I just kind of want to do like a little bit of show and tell because I got some awesome things, and I guess it would not be responsible of me to dive right in without first saying some sort of caveat about, of course it is not, the tools and the toys and the fun, magical doodads and, things. It's not the things that make the witchcraft or the magic. And it's not, how many candle holders and crystals you own. And it's not who has the most expensive, athame or whatever that makes the witch. And I will probably do a whole video on tools at some point in time. I've heard a lot of really good arguments over the years pro tool and not anti tool, but you hear a lot of people say, the only tools that are really necessary are the witch's heart and mind and will. And while I do believe that, I think there is a time and a place for tools. And like I said, I've heard a lot of really compelling arguments made for both sides. And that's something I'd like to talk through at some point in time. But like I said, your magic, your witchcraft is not in the cool stuff. It's not. But at the same time, look at all my cool stuff. So without further ado, this is some of the stuff that I got this year. First, from my awesome girlfriend, it does not get much more Wiccan than this, you guys. I got an awesome t-shirt. That is just putting it out there. My girlfriend is super cool. She's not pagan, but she's very supportive. She's very, she's just down for whatever makes me happy. And she's great. So she got that for me. Super cute. From someone in my family, I got this really badass offering dish. It's got like some nice constellations and metallic gold. I love it. And with the dish, I also got a set of coasters, and the cool thing about the coasters is that they actually say like south, east, west, north. So I've got like a whole set to put in the quarters, and I'm really excited about that. From my awesome Coven Summoner, if you're not familiar with the titles and the structure of like a traditional coven, the summoner is kind of like the second in command for the high priest, kind of like, his right-hand dude who helps him out. So he got me this awesome notebook. It's covered in like this forest green kind of velour, delicious material with my, a Virgo is my sun sign, and it's on the cover in some gold embroidery. So I love blank notebooks. I have an addiction. It's not okay. And the funny thing about that is I gave my coven members notebooks, all matching notebooks, so that after we circle together, we can just kind of sit quietly for a few minutes and jot down our thoughts and feelings and impressions, before circle ends and you rush home and, you forget. So we decided we're going to start doing that after every coven meeting, every circle. So that was like a nice synchronicity because he had no idea that I had that idea and that I wanted to do that. So I got everybody notebooks and he got me a notebook. So I'll be able to join them in jotting down those notes. My sister got me this cool, it says Tarot of Cocktails. And it is like drink recipe cards. And they're kind of like tarot inspired, like especially the artwork and some of the titles of the cocktails. So like you've got this really cool like, the Withering Vine, which has got a lot of like orange bitters and dry gin and cherry and stuff. And then this one like the queen of bees with honey syrup and lemon juice and champagne, and just really, really beautiful artwork, really creative cocktail recipes, and just the whole send up of like the tarot theme I thought was really adorable. I definitely squealed when I opened that. My sister's awesome. What else? My mom gave me a lot of art supplies this year, and in there was like one of these like adult coloring books, the Mythographic Color and Discover Aquatic, an artist's coloring book of underwater illusions and hidden objects. So it's not just a coloring book, but it's also like one of those, do you remember Highlights magazine where you had to like try to find the hidden objects? I love that. Like in the dentist office, you'd sit there and you would just go to town on Highlights magazine. So I love that. I love anything underwater, mermaids, starfish, seahorses, jellyfish. I love it all. So I'm really excited about that coloring book. From a family friend, I got an electric oil diffuser and some lavender essential oil. So I'll have like a nice relaxing atmosphere probably in my bedroom. I'm gonna set that up. Ultrasonic essential oil diffuser. I'm super excited about that. I had actually been thinking about getting one of those, just because, the little soapstone one with the candle and the oil, it gets a little messy, it gets a little crazy. So yeah, I'm excited to get that. And what else? I did go home for Christmas. I went to a Yule celebration hosted by my upline coven. So the coven that trained me, that I hived from with my partner. I go home every year for their annual Yule celebration, which is a really cool event. They have a very short ritual because it's a lot of, it's not just pagans. It's a pretty big party. A lot of different types of people, little genres of people, I guess, show up to that. And there's a ton of food. There's a lot of dessert. There's a very short ritual. We tell stories about the sun. We sing, pagan carols, which are really just, the Christian traditional Christmas carols with pagan lyrics, right? And we try to stay up all night until the sun comes up. And a lot of people make it all the way to sunrise. So good on them. But one of the traditions that they do there that I absolutely love is, in advance of the party, you are supposed to pull a tarot card or a rune or, whatever. But tarot is easiest for these purposes. So you pull a tarot card and you're supposed to select a gift, buy or make an inexpensive gift based or like inspired by that tarot card. And you wrap it up. You make 2 photocopies of the card. You attach one somehow to the gift, like tape it to the outside of the wrapping or whatever. And then the other one you fold up and toss in a basket. So we pass the basket around and people, pull out and open it up and I've got the Queen of Swords. And then we find the Queen of Swords under the tree and hand that out. So I got the Empress this year, and it says, treat yourself. And it's, honestly, I have never seen a deck like this. It is a gorgeous deck. If anybody knows what deck this is from, please, help a sister out and let me know, because I would love to see more of the artwork. So there's 2 funny things. So first, that had these cute star candles and some intensive care body lotion, deep moisturizing, and all these different sheet masks, and a big box of those Ferrero Rocher hazelnut chocolate candies, which I cannot show you because I've eaten them all. But what I thought was really, really nice, and again, another synchronicity about that gift is when I was shopping for the party, I also chose the Empress. And I also had, the Empress, it's a major arcana card. It's very dense. You could take it in a lot of different directions. You could focus on the fertility aspect of that card or the femininity aspect of that card. Any one of 100 things, really. And the fact that I and this random person both decided to focus on, nurturing and self-care really kind of seemed significant to me. So I had also, like I said, I had also pulled the Empress from my deck, and I got this big, cozy, fluffy fleece blanket with little snowflakes on it, and a big box of Swiss Miss hot cocoa, and I wrapped that up and put the Empress on there. So again, that just kind of like, hunkering down, cuddling down, really being kind to yourself, being nurturing and nourishing to yourself. I think it's significant that that's what we both took from that card. And that was our wish for another person. So I think that's lovely. And then what else? What else did I get? Oh, my sister also gave me, it's not really a magical gift, but I will probably use it that way, which is, I don't know if I guess you can see it. It's the it's the molecule for serotonin on a necklace. And, I've had some mental health struggles this year, and which I'll talk about at some point at length if I haven't already. I started therapy. 7 months later, I started medication. And just really for myself, I'm trying to work through the stigma and the kind of the social, finger wagging sometimes that goes along with that. And yeah, so my sister got me that necklace as a, kind of to show support, because honestly, if you can't make your own, store-bought is okay. It's totally fine. And like I said, while that's not quote unquote a magical or witchy kind of gift, I will probably use it in magic at some point. Magic for mental health is a topic that fascinates me right now. It's something I'm talking about with some friends online at the moment. There may be a video on that in the future. There may be a workshop on that in the future. Who knows? But it was a great holiday season, not just because of the gifts, but as you can see, the gifts were awesome. I got to spend a lot of good time with family, a lot of time with friends, a lot of time resting. For those of you who don't know me personally, I sustained an injury about 2 days after Thanksgiving. I fractured my patella, and I'm healing well, we think. So far, so good. But I did get several weeks off from work, so I was able to actually enjoy the holidays this year. I work in retail most of the time, and it's usually a very hectic, crazy time, and I don't get to enjoy it as much as I used to, or as much as maybe some other people that work in other fields. So getting injured was unfortunate, but it was kind of nice to have downtime this year to just kind of focus inward. So I had a lovely holiday season. I hope you guys did as well. If you got anything super cool for Yule or for Christmas, drop a comment. Let me, brag about it. Let me know what it is, pictures, whatever. You can also hit me up on Twitter. I'm at ArtemisNYC. And talk to me. Like I said, show me all those goodies, make me jealous. And until next time, all right, Happy New Year as well.